Some other breaking news coming in. Myanmar's military junta has continued airstrikes in the aftermath of the devastating earthquake. The UN has condemned these attacks as completely outrageous and unacceptable, especially as rescue efforts are underway. UN Special Rapporteur Tom Andrews called it incredible that the military continues bombing while people are still trapped under rubble. Reports confirm that 7 people were killed in an airstrike in the northern Shan State just hours after the earthquake. Additional reports indicate bombings at the earthquake's epicenter, Sagaing, and the near Thai border. Pro-democracy rebel groups have also reported airstrikes in the region. In response to Myanmar's National Unity Government announced a 2-week pause in offensive military operation, except for defensive actions in earthquake-affected areas. Despite the pause, the junta's continued bombings raise global concern as the country struggles with both the earthquake aftermath and ongoing conflict. We have with us my colleague Pia Man joining us on the telecast. Pia, not just the fact that Myanmar is dealing with earthquake, the aftermath of earthquake, there's still a civil war that is going on. What are the details that are coming in?
Indeed, as you've aptly put it, the civil war continues raging unabated, even as the people of Myanmar are currently reeling under the aftermath of the 7.7 earthquake that jolted perhaps its second largest city over there. Mandalay was located a mere 17.2 kilometers away from the epicenter, and there's been utter devastation over there. Although as far as the death toll is concerned, we're learning that more than 1,600 people have passed away and more than 3,400 people are injured. Even so, even with the mounting numbers and even with the sheer destruction that you can see on our screens currently, the military junta is still continuing the airstrikes after the earthquake has taken place. The junta airstrikes have taken place in a northern state called the Shan State just hours after the earthquake. Now, reports have also indicated bombings in the quake's epicenter, Sagaing, and near the Thai border as well. Remember, it's not just Myanmar that was impacted by the earthquake, but neighboring Thailand as well. There was, of course, concern that was raised by the United Nations. The United Nations slammed this move as completely outrageous and unacceptable. And in response to all of this, the Myanmar's National Unity Government announced a 2-week pause in offensive military operations. We all remember the coup that had taken place on the 1st of February in 2021 after Aung San Suu Kyi was in fact thrown behind bars. And this is something that, remember the conversation that Brian was having with the Myanmar National, Mr. Suraj, at Chatuchak in Thailand. This is something that he spoke about. So of course, carrying that forward, there are a lot of people of Myanmar origin who are in Thailand as well, mourning for those back home. But even so, the civil war is still continuing. You can see roads destroyed, houses destroyed, residential, but not just residential complexes, also office complexes have been destroyed in Myanmar as well. Information is tight because, of course, not much is being revealed by them to the media. We are getting very periodic updates of the death toll, but clearly the civil war is still raging on.
All right, Pia Man, thanks for that. Moving on to some